Hey, hello. It's Wednesday and it's still cloudy and disgusting outside. Look at it. Nasty. Nasty. It rained all night last night. Oh my gosh. It rained so hard at one point, it woke me up. I thought the house was going to get washed away. It was awful. It's truly awful. Nasty. I kind of thought about going to the bread store. I don't need anything from the bread store. I just felt like going there. Every now and then I just want to go into the bakery thrift store. We just call it the bread store. I thought about going in there and seeing what kind of goodies they had in there. My kids always like it when I go because I always manage to find at least one thing that they like. They have these little powdered donuts, which are like crack, I swear. It's kind of weird because for most of my life, I didn't really like those little white powdered donuts, the little small ones. But now I love them. I don't know why. If I have a bag of them at home, I will eat them. Used to be I didn't like them. I didn't really care for them. They just bleh, they didn't taste good to me. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't. I have no reason to go out there. I'm trying to decide in my mind if I can justify going. I mean, I don't need any bread. We have bread at home. We have plenty of bread. Don't need any. I can't think of any reason to do it. But should I go to the bakery thrift store? I love the way it smells in there. If you live in an area where you have those bakery thrift stores, they all smell the same. It doesn't matter where you go. There used to be a Marita bread store that my mom would go to, you know, once or twice a month. We would go there and she could get loaves of Marita bread for like 50 cents. And she would take them home and put them in the freezer. And that's what we would eat. I grew up eating Marita bread from that bakery thrift store. And that store smelled exactly like this one up here that I think I'm going to go to, because now I've talked about it. I've talked about it to the point that if I don't go, it'll be weird. So I'll go see what's in the Marita. That's not Marita. It's a Flowers bakery thrift store, bread store. And what it is, if you're not from an area where you have those, it's this one is actually really close to one of the Flowers bakeries where they make all the bread and stuff. And it's where they put maybe day-old bread, or if they made too much of something, they put it in there. It's you know, there's nothing wrong with it. It's perfectly fine. It's not like it's moldy or anything. It's just like a lot of it is just like day-old stuff that they can't sell fresh in the store anymore. Yeah, and stuff like that. It gives it a second chance. And yeah, I grew up eating that stuff. And it's fine. Yeah, but my mom we had a deep freezer and she would buy multiple loaves and stick them in there. So when it thaws out, it's not quite as good, but I grew up eating it, so I didn't know any better. I didn't know any different. So, and there it is. What's Nature's Own Bakery Outlet is the official name on the sign. And we've done a couple of walkthroughs in there. Walkthroughs in there are kind of weird though, because the store is very small and the people that work in there seem to be very suspicious of everything you do. Like, it's a freaking bakery thrift store. What kind of nonsense could I possibly be up to in this store? So I don't do walkthroughs in there very often because they stare at me. I mean, I do it anyway. On occasion, but I don't feel like doing it today, so I probably won't. Anyway, when I come back out, I'll let you know if I bought anything or not. Well, shoot, they didn't have anything good in there. Nothing. Normally they'll have a couple of things. I did pick up a big ass box of moon pies. Now, I don't care for these, but sometimes they're hard to find, but they almost always have them at this bread store for some reason. And they're not really any cheaper here, but normally all I can find are the small ones. I don't like them at all. My older son likes them. I don't think my younger son likes these. Their original, their marshmallow sandwiches. See, they have like graham cracker stuff and then marshmallows in its layers. And then it has this weird waxy chocolate-like substance coating it. Yeah, I'm not a big fan. The taste that never gets old. Yes, it does, because it's gross. It all began in 1917 when a Kentucky coal miner framed the moon with his hands and asked our traveling salesman for a snack as big as the moon. Earl Mitchell reported back, and the bakery obliged with a tasty treat aptly named moon pie. It was filling, fit in the lunch pail, and the coal miners loved it. The rest, as they say, is history. Moon pie. Visit us online or at one of our Moon Pie general stores. They have a general store for factory fresh moon pies, t-shirts, gifts, and lots of fun. Well, now I never knew that. That's kind of interesting. Okay. Moon pies. I still don't like them, but that's cool. As my daddy says, everybody don't want a Buick. I like that saying. Everybody don't want a Buick. We don't all have to like the same stuff. It's okay. All right. No, they didn't have anything good. That's all I got. I didn't see anything else in there I wanted. At least I got moon pies. Make my son happy anyway. I don't know. Some days that's about all you can hope for. Just do the best you can. Okay, now I have to go to Walmart. I need hot dogs. I'm on a hot dog kick. I don't know why. Ballpark makes these turkey franks, and I've gotten to where I eat a couple of them at lunch. Not every day, but some days I'll eat a couple of them for lunch with just a little bit of ketchup on them. I don't put a whole bunch of stuff on them, just a little ketchup. And I'm out though. And they're hard to find sometimes. Sometimes I have to go to multiple Walmarts to find them. It is so irritating. Every week when I do my grocery shopping, I have to go to 2 or 3 different stores to find everything. It's a pain in the ass. But I guess that's kind of a first world problem, if there ever was one. I mean, eventually I find what I'm looking for. So what else? I don't know. Shoot. I wish the sun would come out. It's actually very warm. It's 62 outside. It's very, very pleasant outside, except when it's raining. It's been raining off and on all morning. And, oh, there's an ambulance at their house. I don't know them, but they got an ambulance with the twinkling lights backed into their driveway. That's not cool. Hope everybody's all right. I don't know any of these people along here. Nope. This is the Arnold Coots City Lake. It's a body of water I'm driving over right now. I've been fishing out there before. I didn't catch anything. I saw a snake though. I did get to see a snake, but I didn't catch anything. There's actually a Goodwill up here. Yeah. I want to go to Goodwill. I actually went to the Goodwill in Ashbury yesterday. Went down there. I always find good workout wear down there. My kids went with me. They didn't find anything. They said it was depressing. They said, this Goodwill is depressing. I said, no, it's not. Look what I found. I found a Nike top. Oh, and this one up here, I found my first piece of Lululemon the other day. You never see Lululemon in here. I mean, I know it's because it's really expensive, but I find other really expensive stuff in here, but never that. But I did. I got a really pretty purple top, a Lululemon top. I've never had Lululemon in my life. I just can't bring myself to pay $100 for a pair of pants. I just can't do it. I mean, their stuff is nice. Don't get me wrong. It's really nice, but damn, I can't pay that. It's just, I can't do it. I cannot bring myself to pay what they charge for their stuff. Now, there's a lady I work out with who has a lot of it, and she actually said she gets it there's a consignment shop here called Style Encore. I've never been to it, but she swears by it. She goes there all the time, but she's like this big around. You know, she might weigh 90 pounds soaking wet. And she said she has a lot of luck finding stuff there. I'm thinking, yeah, because, you know, probably not as many people are shopping for your size. You know, you're like a 00, for heaven's sake. I bet you do have a good selection in there. But she goes there once or twice a week and looks for stuff, and she finds it in there all the time. Of course, you're not going to get Goodwill prices there. I think she said if you like, a pair of Lululemon pants might be $22, still way cheaper than what it costs new. And she said a lot of it is like new, some of it is new, still got the tags on it. She said that's where she gets most of her stuff, is at Style Encore. I don't think I've ever actually been there. Well, I don't really see a point, because I have such good luck at Goodwill that, I mean, I don't really see a need to go. I don't need any clothes at all, for heaven's sake. I already have more clothes than I got space for. I was kind of thinking tonight about doing a show and tell of my workout wear. I could show you some of my clothes that I wear to work out, because I like to coordinate outfits to work out just like I do for everything else. You know, I want my stuff to match. So I have a lot of tops and bottoms just in different colors, you know, and patterns and stuff. Oh, and shoes too. Shoot, I gotta show you my shoes. I also have a wide selection of those to go with my outfits. I like everything to look nice. I do. I make a little bit of effort. I try to look nice when I go work out. I try to. Yes, I'm going to Goodwill. I'm turning in now. Yeah, I gotta go get my hot dogs. But yeah, I'll go into Goodwill. If I find anything, I'll show it to you. Last couple of times I've been in there, I came out empty-handed, except for that Lululemon top. What did I get? I got that, and I also got a Nike zip-up fleece hoodie. But I got it home, and it's like really short. It's like almost like a crop top or something. I looked at it when I first picked it up and thought, God, it looks awfully short. And it's so short that I don't like it. I got it home and decided I didn't want to keep it, so it's going back. It's in the Goodwill bin. It's gonna have to go back. It got washed though. I did wash it, but once I tried it on, I decided I didn't like it. So yeah, that happens sometimes. And I try to look it over. That's one piece of advice I would give you when you're shopping in a thrift store. Make sure you look over your purchases thoroughly, because they probably don't allow returns. They're not going to give you your money back. All sales are final. So, except for electronics. With electronics, you have either 7 days or 10 days to return it if it doesn't work. So, yeah. But look over your stuff before you buy it, because if there's something wrong with it, you're just stuck with it. But I just decided it was too short, and it looked weird on me, because I'm a little bit short-waisted anyway, and that just kind of accentuated it, and it just made me look kind of goofy and disproportional. So I'm gonna go in here. My famous last words. I'm just going in here for a minute. I'm just going at my kids laugh when I say that. Like, Mom, you'll be in there for an hour. No, I'm gonna go in there for a minute, and I'm gonna come right back out, and we'll see if there's anything good in there today. Skunked again. Nothing in there. Nothing at all. But on the bright side, I'm saving a whole lot of money, because I'm not buying anything. No, I looked through. There was one Under Armour hoodie in there that was really nice, and it was my size, but I already have so many of those things, and most of them came from thrift stores. Pay like $4 for them. People get rid of them all the time. I have a bunch of them. I don't need any more. I have become a lot more picky about the stuff I buy, because I know I already have a lot. And people ask me sometimes, how do you go into these stores and do these walkthroughs and not just buy everything you see? Well, it's a habit. We can all learn habits. Good or bad, we all learn habits as we go through life. And I did not want to be somebody that buys everything they look at, because I don't have a lot of storage in my house, and I hate clutter. As I've said before, I can't stand unnecessary clutter in my house. So I just learned, quit buying stuff you don't need. Quit. When you pick up something you think, oh, I might like this, and you're considering it, you have to get real with yourself. Ask yourself, do I need this? Will I use this? Will I wear it really? And you have to be honest with yourself. Will I wear that? And honestly, most of the time the answer is no. Do I need it? Will I wear it? No, probably not. So I put it back. And sometimes it's hard to put it back. Like there was this one tank top I saw in there. They had a bunch of racks of new stuff that had just been brought out. They had like 4 racks full of clothes. And I looked through all of them. And there was this tank top. It was super cute. It was made in sort of a boho hippie style. And it was mostly brown. And it had these little flowers sewn onto it. And it was really, really cool. It was kind of like the hippie looking hoodies I have. It was made kind of like that, but a tank top. And it was my size. It would have fit me. And I think it would have looked really cute. But I had to, again, I'll pick it up and Mary, will you wear that? Really? And then I have this little conversation in my head like, Mary, you already have several tank tops at home kind of like that, let's get real. You don't wear them. You don't wear them. So why are you thinking about buying another one that will just hang there and you won't wear it? Put it back. And I'll put it back. Okay. You have to just get real with yourself. And if you have habits that you don't like, you can break them. And I may be wrong about the timeline, but I think it takes 90 days to thoroughly establish or break a habit. 3 months it takes. That's what I think it's 3 months. I think it depends on the habit, and I think it depends on the person. But yeah, if you have habits you don't like, you can change them. You can. You have to make the effort though, and you have to make the effort every day. You cannot make excuses for yourself like, well, today, I'm having a rough day, so we'll just let it slide today. You can't do that, because rough days are always going to come along. You're always going to have bad days. You can't start making excuses, because trust me, once you start making excuses, it gets easier and easier. That becomes your habit. Making excuses becomes your habit for why you're not dealing with your habit. I think going to the gym is a good example. And I know people who do this. They sit there and they give lip service to it. Oh, I need to get back to going to the gym. I need to start working out. I used to hear this all the time when I worked in an office. I need to go. I just don't have time. And I would just tell them, well, you could go like I do. I would go on my lunch hour. There was a gym right downtown that I could walk to. It was a block away. And what I would do is I would work through my lunch one day a week. And then another day of the week, I would only take a 30-minute lunch. And that allowed me to have some extra time the other 3 days of the week to go work out. It gives me time to get there, change clothes, work out, change clothes and get back. And I did that for years. Oh my gosh, years. And people would see me headed to the gym, like I'm walking out with my little gym bag. And they're like, oh, you going to the gym? I said, yeah, you can come with me. Oh, I should. But did they? No. Did they ever? No. No, they did not. It becomes very easy to make excuses for yourself. Oh, I don't have time. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Everybody has 24 hours every day. And if you think you don't have time, if that's the excuse you're giving yourself, I don't imagine there are many people who could legitimately say that. Some people probably can. But sit down, take a week or two with a notepad and a pen and write down how you spend your day. Just in 15-minute increments. What did you do today? For every, you have 4 blocks per hour. What did you do in there? And look at where your time's going. I think you would be surprised. Kind of like when I started doing the Noom app last April. I did it for 3 months. And I firmly believed I was not eating a whole lot. I thought, I don't understand why I'm slowly gaining weight. I really don't eat that much. I believed that until I had to start keeping track of all the calories I consumed. And the numbers don't lie. Once you sit down and look at it, it's like, okay, all right, well, yeah, it seems that I've used up my calorie allotment and it's not even lunchtime yet. Okay, maybe I am eating. I underestimated the number of calories I was consuming every day. And I think a lot of people underestimate the amount of time they spend every day on, I don't know, sitting in front of the TV, scrolling through their phone. People underestimate how much time they spend on stuff like that. Take 30 minutes a day and go for a walk, go for a jog, do something. It's a start. But a lot of people, and I see it every January, a lot of people go to the gym. They're really super motivated. They've made their resolution. Dang it, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it this year. I really mean it this year. And they'll go and they overdo it. Oh God, I see that all the time. They overdo it. They go and they end up hurting themselves, or they're so sore they can't walk. And so they think, well, I better take a couple days off and then I'm going to get right back at it. And most of them never do. They don't come back. Because it becomes easier to make an excuse than it does to go. So they don't go. And it's a shame. I've been following up with somebody that I was in boot camp with, and she was out of it for a bit and kept saying, she's going, I'm going to get back into it. I'm going to get back into it. And I'm not harassing her. I just wanted to let her know that I care. I wanted to check and see if she's all right. She's got some family stuff going on, and wanted to make sure everybody was all right. I know we get busy, but sometimes we also get comfortable using that as an excuse to not reach our goals. I've done it too. Shoot, I do it all the time. And that's a habit I need to break. But you can do it. I know you can do it. People talk about, you need to make a video about time management. I think I did, actually. I think I did, but I could be wrong about that. That would be my first piece of advice. You need to figure out what you're spending your time on. And you can't, write it down for at least a week. Every day for at least a week. The full week and then the weekend. Just, just take a piece of notebook paper and write down, what you did. I would say 15-minute increments or 30-minute increments. What were you doing during that time? And if you think you don't have any time, I think you might be surprised to see where all your time is really going. So what is it? The average American, and I could be wrong about this, spends like 7 hours a day watching TV or in front of a screen of some sort? Yeah, it's like 7 hours a day, which is crazy to me. I couldn't imagine. And one of the reasons I get so much done is because I don't do that. That's a habit I used to have. I did used to do that. I used to sit and just veg out in front of the TV, and once I quit doing that, I couldn't believe how much more time I had every day. I guess I got out of the habit of it when my kids were small, because when they're little, you can't sit down and watch a lot of TV. And I just got out of the habit of it, and I just don't do it. I don't sit and do nothing very well anymore. I get fidgety, like I got to get up and move. But that would be my first piece of advice. Document your time, how you're using it, and then take a good look at that. And that may tell you where you can free up some time. Maybe not. Maybe you are legitimately busy 24 hours a day. Maybe you are. I'm sure there are people who are. Like if you work 2 full-time jobs and you have a bunch of other obligations, well, first of all, you're going to burn out if you try to do that for too long. You're going to go crazy. But I know necessity sometimes necessitates that. I've been there. I've never worked 2 full-time jobs at once, but I know what it's like to have to work and you have other obligations and you're kind of doing it on your own. I trust me, I know all about that. But yeah, I don't know how I got off on that, but that would be my first recommendation. If you're trying to learn to manage your time better, the first thing you need to do is figure out where your time is going in the first place. So that's what I would do. And then you have to be very honest with yourself. You have to be very objective and honest. You have to be brutally honest with yourself. You know, is this how you really want to spend your time? What's more important? Spending 7 hours a day watching TV or working toward whatever your goal is? And you're going to have to make sacrifices. If you want to reach a goal, you're going to have to work hard and you're going to have to make sacrifices. You're going to have to sacrifice something, even if it's just time. You're going to have to sacrifice something. Anything worth having is worth working for. That's what my parents always told me. If you want anything in life, you are going to have to get off your butt and work for it. You're going to have to do it. Nobody's going to come knock on your door and hand it to you. If you want something, you're going to have to work and go get it. And that's just the attitude I've always had all my life. And I try to teach that to my kids. You know, if you want to do well, if you want to have nice things, you're going to have to work. That's just the way the world works. So, anyway, I'm going to go in here and see if I can find my turkey franks, because it is almost lunchtime and I'm starting to get hungry. I'm going to go back home and check and see if I have any more work. It was surprisingly light this morning. I didn't have a whole lot to do, but I'm going to go home and check and see if anything has come up since I left. So, maybe so. Anyway, I hope you have a fantastic Wednesday. And if I end up doing what I thought about doing, I will be showing you my workout clothes tonight. And probably my shoes too. So, thank you so much for being here. Again, I hope you have a great day. And I will see you again soon.